Hello and welcome back to Father and Fun, Episode 4. We're playing Outlast. I'm Espresso Steampunk.
And I'm Father.
Well, Shecky.
Shecky. But I'm also Father.
This is definitely true. No arguments there. Oop. So, I don't know if you even remember what happened last time, but we, that weird Father Martin, which is kind of a weak name for a crazy priest, but Father Martin, drugged us while we were trying to escape through the front door, and we woke up in the more prison area.
It does not look like a very attractive place to be.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're up to code, but I also suspect if there were any health inspectors, they're no longer alive.
Oh, but I saved some for you. Just wait.
Just wait. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why he would bother saying that. It's like, you know I'm not gonna stick around, bro. You're in a video game. So I must admit, I found this whole thing a little confusing, because you kind of go through a series of decontamination chambers, and it completely messed with my sense of direction. And
I thought they were trying to use knockout gas on us.
oh gosh, can you imagine?
Being stuck in there, being sprayed.
Yeah. Well, it's like we get injected and knocked out, and then we walk around for 10 minutes and get knocked out again, and
You get injected, infected, neglected, selected. That's from Arlo Guthrie. That's from Alice's Restaurant.
oh, I was gonna say,
Way back. So, for those of you out here that don't know it, just Google Alice's Restaurant and you'll figure it out.
because I was gonna say I did not recall that name you had mentioned, but
Arlo Guthrie. So much blood.
yeah. And it's like really heavy-handed how they're telling you which way to go. Like they have it written on the wall. They've got a guy repeating it over and over and over.
They have arrows, they have one-way signs.
Yeah.
Do not enter signs.
You can't go any other way anyhow. Oh, okay, so Father Martin, I guess, is Martin Archimbaud. I don't know how to pronounce that.
I don't either.
He's into finger painting, and he's talking about a higher calling. Obviously, you can pause and read it if you want, viewers, but...
He's into finger painting, huh?
Well...
Something suspect about that to me.
You know, the word finger is just ruined forever.
Yes, it is.
I think science needs to come up with a new name. I mean, they have phalanges, but that doesn't help.
It's also digits. But digits means so many other things, too.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to make digits official, just so we can get away from that mathematical connotation, because I don't like math.
Join the crowd.
It runs in the family, maybe.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So, you're going to start seeing some edits, because it took me a couple tries to get through this part, and did not make for compelling gameplay. Like, there's something to be said about editing out all the deaths, because you don't want the viewer to not... there's no tension for the viewer if they know I'm never going to die on screen, but on the other hand, you don't want to see me die 4 times to the same idiot.
Right. But we want to see you die. I mean, that's the whole purpose, isn't it?
I get that a lot. Well, I really want to see some of these bad guys get theirs, but I don't know how that's ever going to come to play.
Closing doors behind you will slow your pursuers.
Yeah!
No,
Well, I thought it was... First off, they should have told me that way earlier. This is like into hour 2 of gameplay. I wish I knew that sooner. But secondly, it's more effective than you would think. So when they said that, I was like, oh, that sounds like nonsense, but... I don't know.
I suppose closing the doors and then locking them behind you would be even better.
That's the thing. I don't know if it's implied that they are locked, because when you might see me do it in this video, but at one point I do close the damn door, and it takes surprisingly long for the guy to get through it. So I don't know if he was kicking it down. I didn't stick around to watch, but this is what got so screwy. Is that guy standing there with the baton? He's not gonna bug me. And so, like, I spent a long time trying to go all around him, and he's just watching. Kind of a MacGuffin or something.
Watching for what?
I think that I don't get too close. Like, if I get in his bubble, he's going to take a swing.
Oh.
And that's what killed me the first time around. But again, you don't need to see 5 extra minutes of me running in a circle and then dying.
What was that we just saw? That thing on the table?
Oh, it's a
Buttons-
battery.
With buttons on it and a receiver. Could that be a phone?
You'd think they wouldn't all be on one grid. Like, we're in a totally different part of the asylum. You'd think someone would have an outgoing line.
I'd like you to stay quiet.
Have a spooky reveal of an empty room, but better safe than sorry. Now you'll see in this room,
Security.
says security.
So secure you can't even open the door.
Yeah, and I was wrong. It wasn't that room. It's this room I'm approaching. I forgot
okay.
about the door, but it also says security, so I'm vindicated. So there's just some guy who just takes off after you, and for some reason it toggled my crouch button. So the first time I ran into him, I was like, oh, I'll lure him to the other guy and they'll fight it out. And it's like, nope, they just both beat the shit out of me. But I know there's a locker. Spoiler alert, he saw me run in there.
He's a meanie.
Yeah, and this is where I start closing the doors, and you know, he hasn't come through yet. He's still working on it. So I have the brilliant idea of hiding where he came from, because who would ever suspect that?
Ta-da!
Spoiler alert, it works. But I was in here for a while. And he doesn't come back, actually, so there's a reminder, follow the blood, because, I mean, like, this is an adult game. They should know I remember to follow the blood. I'm not 12, but...
Sounds like a song from The Wizard of Oz.
I'm
follow,
not 12.
Follow the blood. Oh, okay.
I thought you were saying, I'm not 12, this song. Which might be appropriate, I don't know.
Follow the red brick road.
Did you know that the color Indian red was removed from the Crayola line of colors?
It's not PC?
I think not. And then, oh crud, or maybe I'm confusing them both, or this may be a separate case, but I think Burnt Sienna may have also gotten rid, or, no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Prussian blue. They also got rid of, I think Indian red turned into Burnt Sienna. And then they got rid of Prussian blue because they're like, kids don't know what Prussia is.
Well, what about Trump orange?
Oh dear, that would be good.
A lot of people are saying they'd like to get rid of Trump orange.
He certainly would not mix well with 24 other colors, that's for sure.
This is true. This is true. Well, let's put it this way. He'd have something to say about the 24 different colors.
Yes.
There's that telephone gadget again.
And all it really does is remind us that the main character doesn't have a phone on him. Like, you can justify all the phone lines being cut, but there's no reason this guy would not have a cell phone. I mean, they could have just added a 5-second animation of someone taking his phone and throwing it away.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. I rather like this game. It's just,
Unless there's no reception down here.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
You know, those reception problems.
it's like being in a tunnel.
Or just being in our home sometimes.
Oh, gosh, yeah. It'd be a great excuse for them to be like, oh, this AT&T cover. I wish I had AT&T. Its coverage is so much better.
There you go.
Product.
Even down here, we've got coverage.
Yeah, product placement.
Look, I get 3 bars, and I'm...
That guy's got 1 bar. I think it's a metal bar. He's gonna hit me with it, but here's the first time I use any sort of like pro tip strategy thing is I realize I should not have the camera on right now so I can tell when I'm hiding in the shadows. Because when night vision is on, you have no idea whether you're hidden or not.
Aha.
And plus it saves battery.
Sounds like there's a film off the hook.
Yeah, and I really wonder, like, how many years are left before that tone stops having meaning? Like, it's, you know, for us, in a horror movie, it's like the universal sound of you're screwed, you're trapped here. But, you know, in 15 more years, are kids going to even put that together?
Right. Well, in 5 more years, maybe. You know, everything moves so quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you're going to get knocked out again.
So those were the 2 guys from before who were like, let's give him a running start. And it's like, well, I have nowhere to run, so I came back to you. Hope you're happy. I don't know if you remember any of the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episodes I showed you, but they remind me of the McPoyles so much. Just how they like talk to each other, really creepy, but it's kind of funny. So all of a sudden, Miles Upshur is a total athlete. Like, that's some intense upper body strength. Like, with that kind of strength, if he picked up, like, a piece of rebar, he could probably defend himself.
Sure. But he's not picking up any rebar.
Yeah, no, he's got his precious camera. I don't think that's a good excuse.
But how did he hold his precious camera when he was using 2 hands to slide along the wall?
That's a
there?
good question. I mean...
He held it in his mouth.
Yeah,
That's
really.
What he did. Put it in his mouth. That's it.
I don't think, like, you know, I don't think he has a pocket big enough, but I guess, necessity is the mother of invention.
Something like that. Follow the blood, dummy. Follow the blood. There you go.
Yeah, the problem is there's blood everywhere, and we need a key card, so... Yeah, that was wishful thinking. The key card was like 5 feet away. And like I said, this is where it gets confusing with like the decontamination chambers, because it's like I don't remember if I'd been there, had I gone through it. Like, it doesn't work. Am I supposed to make it work or what? So. And that's great. It's just a little thing that he wrote to himself about how much he hates it here.
Well, I'm not too fond of it here either.
Yeah. It makes for a good video game, but I could do with a change of scenery. It's sort of a strange trope. I think it's strange, but every time you're in like a prison in a video game, you have to go through the showers. And I don't understand. I mean, the showers never work, but it's like...
What are they trying to tell you?
It's so weird. And that's it for this episode. I'm Espresso Steampunk.
I'm Shecky.
And, wow, that ended abruptly, but thanks for joining us, and see you next time.
Ciao, baby.